What up, what up? What's the B word, man? I'm Anthony Addison with another segment of What's the B word. Like and subscribe to the page. Hit me up on Instagram, What's the B word 52, just like you see on YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook, What's the B word, and hit me up on Twitter, B word 52. And y'all already know what's going on with me. Baltimore Raven fan, Raven Nation stand up. Flock, let's get it. And if you're not a Raven fan, you might be a fan of anybody, the Broncos, the Niners, you might be even a fan of the Patriots and the Texans, man. Hit the subscribe button anyway. Hit the like button anyway, because we talk football, period, baby. As y'all know, scenery a little bit different because I got family in town. So I got my Steeler parents sleeping around all their greatness up in the Raven room, man. Shout out to my mom and daddy. But anyway, we here tonight to talk about the Houston Texans versus New England game, man. Good game, especially a good game in our case because we just got first place in the AFC, baby. So let's go and talk about it, man. Houston won the game 28-22, and I'm gonna just go and talk about one of the key things that I've been saying about the Patriots that pretty much was the reason why they lost to us. This offense is not an offense that's equipped to play catch up football. Now, if they got a little lead and they trying to just hold on to that lead and stuff like that, because they got a good defense on the back end. All fine. But when their defense is in trouble, they don't have the offense to back up their defense. Now, the final score don't really tell the story because Houston really pulled off on them a little bit. But let's just go into these stats, man. Brady went 24 for 47 for 326 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. I mean, if you look at it, yeah, he had good yardage, but you got to think about it. He had to throw it 47 times. So if you throw it 47 times, you got to have 300-something yards. I wouldn't think that somebody have 200-something yards and they threw it 47 times. I mean, that's just terrible if that was the case. But Brady just did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the best weaponry around him. He doesn't have the best offensive line either. So, you got to think about stuff like that. Plus, Houston really turned the heat up on Brady. It might say that Brady only got sacked 3 times, but that wasn't the amount of times that Houston put heat on him. They hit him a couple of times. They hit him quite a few times. They was in his face. They was pressing up against him. And if you know your history in football and stuff like that, Brady had the hardest time when he's getting hit a lot. But then that's any quarterback. When you hitting a quarterback and getting the backfield on them a lot of times, most of the time they're not gonna play that well. Most quarterbacks don't play well under that type of pressure. So Houston really almost found their pressure, man, found their pass rush back, and gave Brady a hard time on the defensive side. The back end played pretty doggone good, man, for the most part. I mean, really, Houston missed about 3 interceptions they could have got, man. They could have had about 3 interceptions on the back end. They were playing some lights out defense on the back end. Defense just played good, period, man. I think Romeo had something. He had to get this game. Romeo and Billy O'Brien, man. If y'all didn't know, Romeo and Billy O'Brien used to work for Belichick. They both was in New England at the time. So, shout out to them, man. Going out there and beating their ex-boss, man. But anyway, to talk about the running game, James White had 14 carries for 79 yards. Most of them yards came from one big carry that he had got. Sonny Michel had 10 carries for 45 yards. As y'all know, New England running game hasn't been that good this year. The whole offensive side of the ball really haven't been good this year. And that's been the story of this team. They really just haven't been good on the offensive side of the ball. The defense has carried this team all season long. And that's what I've been talking about week after week after week. What's going to happen to this New England team when they get into a game where they offense got to play catch up and save the defense? That was the same situation when they played against us. The offense had to play catch up and the offense had to try to save the defense, which they couldn't. That's a problem right there. I mean, don't get me wrong. You still, they're 10-2 for a reason. They still a good team. And that's still a winning formula with, even though your offense is not all that you can, play lockdown defense, get a turnover here and there on special teams and defense and still win games when your offense ain't that good. We done it before. Denver has done it before. It's been teams that done it before that won Super Bowls with that type of stuff. But it's just still the what if factor. What if they get in a situation where their defense ain't getting that many turnovers, and what if they have a lead where they going against a lead, and what can the offense do in that situation? Which the offense really didn't really help the defense out this game right here. Julian Edelman had 6 receptions for 106 yards. James White, which, man, if the Patriots would have won this game, James White had himself quite a game, because he had 8 along with the 76 yards, he had 8 receptions for 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was pretty much when Houston was thinking like the game was over. They were playing soft coverage, which I hate, and I don't understand why Romeo, especially after week 1 when they lost to the Saints, why Romeo plays prevent defense and plays soft defense at the end of the game when they think they got the game won. I don't understand it. You keep playing what got you there in the first place. That cost the Texans against New Orleans in week 1, if y'all remember. Muhammad Sanu didn't do too much. Dorsett didn't do too much. Watson didn't do too much. It's just plain as day, man. And I wanna just point out this, man. And you know, I'm a Baltimore fan, and you know I don't like Brady. You know I don't like Tom Brady, but I respect Tom Brady. And I got enough respect for Tom Brady to say it like this. A lot of people are saying, oh, Brady doesn't have it anymore. Father Time is finally getting towards Brady. But look at the team Brady has. Brady lost his number 1 weapon in Gronkowski. He still got Julian Edelman, but that's just one guy, and he's aging too. Muhammad Sanu, I mean, he's good, but like Brady has no real receiving core like that he need. Like, you know, at least when they had Gronkowski, they had that one mismatch that can help other players get open. Right now, they don't have that. They don't have a running game. He dinking and dunking to the running back all game long. Julian Edelman and James White is his best receivers. And then the offensive line ain't playing all that. So you got an old quarterback with an offensive line that ain't playing that well. And the reason why I mention the old quarterback, because he can only get away so much. And then you know Tom Brady ain't the fastest person in the world anyway. I'm sure he ain't never won a foot race in his life. You got him with a receiving core that ain't hitting on nothing and a running game that ain't hitting on nothing. I mean, that spells failure on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, at least if you got an Asian quarterback, at least have a running game for him. You know, so I just had to say that, man, because people are talking like it's all Brady when it's not all Brady that's just looking that bad. It's the offense as a whole. The offense just don't look good. It just don't. Let's talk about this Houston offense, man. Deshaun Watson, man. Whew. He went 18 for 25, 234 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, was sacked 3 times. But, you know, overall, Deshaun Watson had a pretty doggone good game, man. He got a touchdown out there to Kenny Stills, out there to Duke Johnson, and a touchdown out there to Fields. He caught a touchdown himself on the trick play, man. Let's talk about that trick play, man. That was a nasty trick play. If y'all didn't see that trick play, if you didn't watch the game and you didn't see the trick play, go on YouTube, look that trick play up, man. It was a good trick play. They had the speed coming. He handed it off to the running back. It was Hobson on the speed. He handed it off to the running back. The running back handed it off to Hobson. Deshaun Watson ran outside of Hobson. It was almost like an option. And he pitched it forward to Deshaun Watson, which it was a legal forward pass because they didn't make a forward pass before that happened. And Deshaun Watson got in with the end zone, man. Crazy play design, and it worked, and it was a good play, man. It really that was a good play, man. If you didn't see it, and if you just enjoy creative football and nice trick plays, then you need to go check that play out, man, because that was something nice. Another thing I want to say about Deshaun Watson in this game, man, he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared of this defense. He wasn't scared at all. He came out there with the heart of a lion, man, and he just came straight at him. He wasn't scared. He wasn't shying away from Stephon Gilmore. He wasn't shying away from none of those guys, man. He was out there. He was reading what he needed to read, and he was taking his shots. If you remember on one of those touchdowns, I can't remember who the touchdown was to. I think that was to the Fales guy. He hit Kenny Steve. Now he hit Will Fuller on a touchdown, but that touchdown got overturned. So he went the next play, and when I say the next play, I'm talking about the next play, and went straight back to that same area in the end zone and went deep ball, man. Slung him one. Got him a touchdown, man. I think they was up, if I could recall, they was up like 28 to 9. I want to say they was up like 28 to 9. And like I said, man, New England offense is not an offense built to play catch-up football. If you get a good lead on them, man, and that defense don't force no turnovers, they lost. It's no chance of coming back. The only reason this score looks like this, like I said, is because they was playing that prevent defense, which I just don't understand why Romeo Cornell keep doing, man. The prevent defenses only prevent you from winning. Even though they won this game right here, which they got very lucky. They got very lucky because after New England scored that touchdown, if you didn't see it, they kicked the onside kick. Perfect onside kick. One of the best onside kicks I've seen in the year. Brandon Bolden reached up. He tipped it. He tried to catch it. He tipped it. But the outside guys was blocked. They're supposed to really recover the ball, and the ball went straight out of bounds. If those guys didn't do their job as far as blocking the front, then, man, we might be talking about New England winning this game, man. I mean, but overall, man, that was a good game, man. That was a good game. And Deshaun Watson, man, he made another statement, man. He said, I'm here. And pretty much showing that the weakness to this defense is a mobile quarterback. Lamar had his time, and look at Deshaun. Deshaun had his time, and he shined. No turnovers. That's the big thing about this game right here. That the Houston Texans did not turn the ball over. Most of the games that New England has won, if you look at it, when the offense scores points for New England, it means the defense has forced a lot of turnovers because they get the offense a lot of short fields. This offense ain't made to just drive down the field all game long. They just not. They don't have the type of talent to do that. I mean, they just don't. Another thing that I wanted to talk about too is even though both of them had the same amount of penalties, it still was weird seeing New England get so many penalties. And that was one situation where I said they was not playing New England Patriot football because they was getting a lot of penalties. And most of the time, a Bill Belichick coach team does not get a lot of penalties like that. But, you know, this is one of the games, and mainly most of the penalties was coming from the offensive line holding. Because the pass rush, man, when I say Houston pass rush was having themselves a game, even though they only got 3 sacks, they was having themselves a game, man. Like, serious. They was forcing a lot of holding penalties and a lot of rush throws and a lot of inaccurate throws. Man, they just really, they really won this game outside of the heroics of Deshaun Watson. But, man, shout out to Billy O'Brien. Shout out to Romeo Cornell. Shout out to Deshaun Watson and Houston defense, man. They came out there with a good game plan. They executed. They forced New England to try to play catch-up football, which their offense is not equipped to do. That's the main key out of this game is they do not have the offense to play catch-up football, man. And that's just straight up. They have to play with the lead. With the way their offense playing, they either got to play with the lead or their defense got to get some turnovers because their offense just look bad, man. It just look bad. The offense just don't look good. I mean, you can get fooled with the numbers if you want to, but I'm going off the eye test. The eye test tell me this offense is not what I'm used to seeing. Tom Brady offense. This offense is not hitting on it like that. I just, not at all. But that's about it in this game, man. That's about it, man. Houston defense did a good job for the most part. Deshaun Watson showed some guts. And Billy O'Brien beat his old boss, man. So anyway, man, that's all I got really coming out of that game right there. Y'all like and subscribe to the page. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell too. I don't say that in all my videos, but make sure y'all hit that notification bell so y'all can see when I post something else, man. Y'all hit me up for mailbag questions. Mailbag questions is when you ask me about any team, any player, college or NFL, and I shout you out on the video and I tell you my honest opinion on it, man. Y'all hit me up on Instagram, what's the B word 52. Hit me up on Facebook, what's the B word. Hit me up on Twitter, B word 52, man. This Anthony Addison, man. This what's the B word. Flock, I love y'all. We in first place, baby. It's a good night to be a Raven. Subscribers, I love y'all, man. Because y'all support your boy. And, man, I'm finna get up out of here, so I'm out.